Hi, welcome to the Illumination Lady channel. Here you'll find timeless messages that is meant for you the minute you click on it. My intention here is to share messages from the source to you with truth and clarity for your highest of good. The messages are here and the choice is yours. Today we'll be focusing on your next great expansion reading. So get ready, relax, and take a few deep breaths to calm yourself down. And slowly, when you are ready, allow your heart to guide you to that one card that is meant for you today. Pile number 1, 2, or 3. Once decided, grab your tea, grab your dog or your cat or both, and click on the chapter link below in the description box to receive your messages. See you there. Hello, welcome, pile number 1 to your reading. Today we're going to be focusing on your next great expansion. So some things we're going to be looking at is number 1, what's the situation you're currently experiencing? Number 2, what is the current situation behind the veil? And number 3, what can you do for yourself now? Okay, so let's get started. Pile number 1. Okay. Well, it seems in your current situation, you're in a situation where you feel like you got a lot going on in terms of a lot of projects that's happening, right? Because like as you can see here, Guan Yin here, she has 1,000 arms. Okay, it says many hands of the goddess. You have so many things that's going on, so many things you're trying to like make things happen. Well, the point is, don't be afraid that there's many things happening. It may sometimes feel overwhelming, but do know that it's important that you prioritize what is should come first, what should come next, and kind of like spread your schedule out a bit in terms of the timing of how you plan your projects. Yeah, how you plan your projects, your energy as well. If you're tired, get some rest. All those basic things in regards to your projects that you're very passionate about, that you feel is very aligned with your purpose. Please take note of that. Okay. Okay, to the celestial mountain. So in this picture, what I see here is that's you. Okay, that's you. You're in a you're kind of like in a situation where you're resting and you're kind of just waiting for things to happen at the same time. But then you see this is a very contrasting situation where there's a lot going on and then like you're also resting at the same time. But the difference, okay, the difference is that in this card here, you see the halo here. It's like she's emitting out messages. She's emitting out frequency. It's almost as if she is like asking her spirit team to assist her. Yeah, because like she's kind of returned to a celestial mountain in metaphorically it feels like during her resting time when she's asleep she's communicating with her spirit guides in terms of what help she's asking for, and she just patiently waits during the time of her rest. Our consciousness, like, you know, when we're resting we're actually doing something else in the veiled world, right? So she's kind of patiently waiting for her spirit team to work things out for her at the same time. And when she wakes up, she goes back down to the earthly realm and 1,000 things are happening. Her like arms are like, so busy, so busy, so many things she's got to do. So it's like teamwork here, like between you, your spirit guys, you guys are both like working together in the upper realms and in the humanly realms at the same time. Yeah, so it's basically teamwork that is required of you at the moment to bring down whatever it is that's needed for you to accomplish your task, your KPI, your mission that needs to be completed. You know, you're required to do the physical earthly level work, and at the same time when you're resting you also need to do your energy work while you're resting, like teamwork kind of thing, right? Okay, next. Ooh, Orchid Priestess of Destiny. So the reason why right now, okay, that you feel like on the earthly realm you have 1,000 things you have to accomplish and everything that you have to do is pretty much aligned with what you feel is your mission or like your highest calling. And that is because right now you're in the phase of you are kind of shifting towards the work of your destiny's work. Okay, it's like it's a big shoe to fill in. It's a big shoe to fill in for you, and then you're doing everything that you can in terms of building the foundations, whether if you are doing like a healing related work or energy related kind of work, counseling, whatever it is, okay, you need the foundation to be set up, and that's what you're doing right now. You are on the earthly realm, you are doing the foundation work in terms of building the business, in terms of creating a routine for you to balance your health, your energy work, your relationship with other people, everything that is in all areas of life. You're kind of right now in the phase of building it, okay? And because you have special skills, okay, in terms of your connection with your spirit team, it is important that you bring them into the process of building your foundation, because your destiny of doing your soul committed work also relies on their help and their, well, their input as well, okay? So this is the current situation that you're currently experiencing. You're pretty much aware, okay, that you are doing energy related work, and you have a higher calling, higher purpose in serving the world. But also at the same time, the way you're serving does not mean that you ignore your humanly needs. It's both things running at the same time, okay? So you got you pretty much have this great career ahead. How can I call this? A great expansion ahead. But right now you're in the beginning phase of building a foundation. Yeah, so that's your current situation. Now let's see what is the situation behind the veil. Okay. In terms of your earthly resources, a lot of things are coming in for you. So if you notice here, let me bring this closer to you. If you notice here is like, this person here is on the edge, right? Juggling between two, well, yin and yang balls, okay? What I'm getting here is more like heaven and earth, metaphorically, okay? Heaven and earth are bringing you all the resources that you need for you to make things happen in the earthly realm. But what is most important is that you become very aware, okay, in terms of how you manage all those resources. When we say resources, it's not only like the tangible items, in terms of your physical energy, your spiritual energy, your emotional and your mental energy as well. Everything needs to be balanced, okay? Especially when right now you're building the physical foundation. It requires a lot of your physical energy as well. So it is saying here it's important to have balance, okay? You have multiple projects or jobs happening all at once. This is echoing this, okay? And the key point is to not be so stressed out about like achieving everything at once, okay? The key point here is to approach it that it's play, it's fun. If you are too serious about this, you will burn out, okay? Pile number pile number one. Okay, once again, we got another balancing card here, and it's all about your spiritual energy, your creativity, and your passion. Two of Gabriel here, okay. What I'm sensing here is this is almost like you're kind of transitioning in terms of the direction of your passion, in terms of your creativity and spiritual work. You're kind of caught in between, okay? You're caught in between the old energy. You see the smoke over here, the old energy, and then you're also like trying to move past this invisible barrier. And the other side of the barrier is like the more clean energy, the lighter, the less dense, the more clear kind of energy. It's almost like shifting from 0.1 world to 0.2 world, okay? So you're kind of like in between there. And the reason why you're in between is because, well, other than the fact that you're shifting, it's also because that you're very tired in the physical realm aspect, right? So sometimes some of the things that are clear signs is when you start to feel really fatigued and tired, you may start to have all these like thoughts like, oh, am I doing it right? Am I on the right path? Yada, yada, yada. Self-doubt comes in, okay? And that's because you're tired. We cannot operate when we are like so tired, like continuous doing energy work. It doesn't work that way. You'll burn out. So balance of rest is also very important. So over here, this card, okay, what it's kind of reminding you is like, you have to make bold decisions, okay? And if you make bold decisions, that also requires you to be very disciplined in how you plan your energy, how you balance everything out, okay? And do know that, okay, as you are transitioning out of the old world, like you're creating new habits to ground yourself in a way that you can maintain your energy in the new world, the zero point 0.2 world, okay, the higher frequency world. Do know that when you cross over, okay, you still need to maintain that energy, keep steady, and those who are aligned with your vision, with your goals, with your KPI, with your energy work, your purpose, your intention, whatever it is, they will come. They will reach out to you and they will want to collaborate with you. So do know that great progress is possible, but you really need to, number one, make a clear intention where you're heading, stick to it, and number two, balance your own energy in the physical world and in the spiritual world, both, okay? And yeah, important relationships with people are coming. These people who share your vision. Oh, we just said that. Yeah. So your spirit team is watching out for you. They're doing the network upstairs in the behind the scenes for you. Okay. So do know that in terms of your earthly needs are answered. Okay. You just need to balance your energy. Okay. In the spiritual behind the veil work, okay, they are sending you connections, they're sending you resources as well and opportunities. So do know that you just need to balance in terms of your priorities, okay? Yeah, yeah. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, okay. Wow. 4 of Gabriel, stability. You are going to do pretty well, okay? It's pretty much that your spirit team are gathering all the energy, all the resources to you, opportunities to you, and you will be able to stabilize whatever it is when you shift into the zero point 0.2 world, the higher frequency world, okay? The key point here also is to release yourself from burdensome situation, which means the old dark energy, the dense energy, those bad habits that you have, the not so healthy habits that you have in terms of overworking yourself or like self-doubts, isolation, all those very extreme tendencies that you have, balance it out, and then you'll be able to find stability, okay? And most importantly, you see here, it's not only just like collaborations with like-minded people, but in terms of it's very long-term, okay? It's stable, it's long-term, it's harmonious. It's also reflecting your own inner masculine and feminine energy where it comes to a point of stability where there's harmony within. So that's something to really look forward to and celebrate about, and abundance is definitely coming your way, okay? Okay, we see here new beginnings. So behind the veil, the energy that's coming towards you, okay, is pretty much Judgment Day. Sounds very scary, right? Okay, Judgment Day is basically new beginnings. This is a part where you kind of really be aware, okay? If you're going through into the old habits, take this opportunity to really reflect on your past, okay? Your past stories. Like some of you may have a sense of feeling that why is this old story repeating again? It's almost like it's almost as if like the karmic cycle is repeating. You're playing this old story again. Opportunities and doors are coming towards you, but you already have a sense that what will happen if you go down that path again, right? So there's 2 ways to look about this, okay? One, you go back and replay that story and you kind of come out more experienced because you have the previous experience, but you're kind of replaying the story just to kill time, okay? And the other one is you take a different road. You pick a different door. This door is very much unknown for you, and you know that there is space, there is opportunities for you to expand further. It's sort of like the unknown for you, okay? And sometimes when we're faced with the unknown, people are like, oh, okay, I am scared of the unknown. I'd rather go back to a door that I kind of know what's gonna happen, so I feel more in control in playing out that story, okay? But I'll be smarter this time. It's up to you guys, seriously, okay? But the point is, this is a point, a door right now open for you, new beginnings for you to make your choice of choosing a new timeline, okay? This is a part where you find your purpose, okay? And you start a completely new life. The life that you feel is most aligned with your higher purpose, okay? And, you know, guys, if you are already on the path and you have been doing energy work related, spiritual work related in a certain way. This could also mean that there's a new doorway opening up for you in terms of you shifting to a new style, a new approach, a new way of doing your work. Could be that there's more depth now. It could be that there is a new way for you to teach. Could be that there is a new way for you to further do your own self-cultivation. Whatever it is, it's a completely new beginning where you do not need to replay the same old story of being of service, if you know what I mean. Okay, guys? So that is the energy that is currently happening behind the veil for you, okay? And also, oh, one more thing is please be very compassionate with yourself as you're reviewing this cycle of yours, all right? Now let's see what are things that you can do for yourself now. Oh, okay. Things that you can do for yourself in terms of your sacral chakra, definitely it's watch out for your energy level, okay? Sometimes you overwork so much, self-sacrifice too much, you work too hard that you don't allow joy into your life. That could be it. Be very mindful of your energy level as well. Sometimes we may have the tendency to overgive, overperform, for the sake of some other person or for the sake of achieving something, okay? So don't take things too seriously. Just approach it with fun. Balance, 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 okay? Next one is, ooh, strength. Here we got. Trust your gut instincts. This has to do a lot with your solar plexus energy. You really got to trust yourself, okay? And this trust is not from reasoning. It's not from a mental space. It's not from an emotional space, okay? It's not from like the old, I don't know how to explain this, but it's a type of strength where it's a type of self-confidence where it comes from your, okay, it's coming from your gut instinct and it's very quiet. It's the less performative one. Okay, I see. You may be going through situations where you have self-doubt about what the hell are you doing, and like nothing seems to be growing in the fast pace as you want. There's a lot of like questions that you have, but deep down inside, this very, 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 very tiny, tiny, tiny little light within you, this little tiny little speck, okay? Tune into that. That little tiny speck of light, that little tiny speck of confidence is actually like a little tiny peephole, okay? And if you tune into that, you'll realize you go beyond that barrier of that little tiny hole and you look beyond it. It's this massive well of strength within, okay? And that is basically this kind of energy. The strength of like a lion, the strength of a warrior. But this kind of warrior is not the kind that fights all the time. It comes from a place of stillness and comes from a place of I don't know how to explain this. It's this inner quietness that has a lot of strength where you do not need to really overexert yourself because it's a sense of knowing. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Okay, let's move on. Oh, emotions. Okay, pile number 1, you may be going through some emotional situation, huh? Okay. So you're going through this kind of very polar kind of emotion, and that mainly comes from this well, two things, right? You're overtiring yourself, too tired, so you'll have emotional swings. It could be at the far end of suddenly you have this spike of like, oh, a lot of energy coming in, you're excited to do your project, okay, you go for it and you overdo it to the point you burn out and you're like, oh, I feel so tired, I'm so unhappy, too much work, no fun. That kind of emotional swing that you have. Yeah, so be aware of that. And there's another kind where like you may be experiencing like the outside world is too noisy. I don't want to be caught up with it, and then you kind of isolate yourself and not take yourself physically out to engage with nature, to engage with other people, and that limits yourself really. Okay, because as you recall, okay, in this card here, okay, in these two cards here, behind the veil, your spirit team are sending you resources and opportunities and connections and people, okay? And that requires you, okay, to be emotionally healthy, okay? That requires you to be in authentic emotional state, and you know how to manage it. Yeah, like as in that when you feel that you need to go out and take a breather and connect with people, go do it. Okay. If you feel like your social battery is out, you're too tired, then trust that. Stay home and rest. Being very emotionally truthful with yourself. Okay. Find what you need and bring it. Okay. Base chakra. Partially what you're going through in terms of your emotions and your self-confidence has also to do with your sense of stability, okay? Because you are shifting, okay, from um, the old world to the new world, there's a lot of things you have to let go. There's a lot of things you have to reassess and go deeper and to let go of those limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts, way of being even. Yeah, because you're shedding a lot, okay? And it's to the level of ancestral level, okay? It's not just this life we're talking about here. We're talking about a series mm, of rem- of habits that has been accumulated in many consciousness, okay? Be it your past lives, be it your ancestors, be it from the collective, be it from the whatever it is that has to do with like fear, it has to do with stability, focus, safety, all those stuff, all those things. This is a period of time you really kind of have to like tear off the onion layers, okay, and just go to the clearest level, this cleanest level of self inner stability, okay, where I wouldn't say it was like to the point where like you feel that fear does not even exist is all I can say, because okay, that is just it's this thing that blocks your view, blocks your clarity, okay? You really you really need to shift into the space where you feel a sense of inner stability and very groundedness. And that comes from you knowing how to take care of yourself, okay, in terms of your energy source. Well, also because like you're so tired, so your body is going to into state like, oh, there's not enough energy, like physical energy, we're gonna die soon. That kind of like to say program of survival is being alerted because you don't have enough energy in your body, okay, vitality in your body. So you need to address that. You really need to address that by finding the balance of you resting and then scheduling your time and like your projects and things, okay? It's a lot of things that you need to learn how to balance in terms of all of your energy bodies, okay? Now the last card here, okay, about what you can do for yourself is really, really, really approach everything with care, with empathy, with gentleness, with compassion, because you are the lotus that's rising up from the mud, from the water, okay? And it requires you to really radical self-love. Acceptance and gentility is the key for you to move forward. It is not striving harder. It is not pushing more. No, we're not going towards that. That is the old program. That is the old way of your way of being. Now we're shifting towards the 2.0 world where it is very balanced, okay? And that comes from a place of stillness, that comes from patience, that comes from self-love and gentility, okay? Pile number 1. So I hope that this reading resonated for you. If this reading resonated, subscribe, like, and share your experience below. This is a group reading, a reflection of the collective energy. If you want clarity on your personal situation, focused solely on you, your energy, and your path forward without noise, book a private psychic, intuitive, and channeled guidance session with me at worldwideweb.illuminationlady.com. If you're ready for deeper restoration and energetic realignment, you can also book a Maitreya Ascension Energies healing session at worldwideweb.illuminationlady.com. Pile number 1, I wish you compassion, I wish you balance, and I wish you happiness and best of luck. Blessings. Hello, and welcome, pile number 2 to your reading. Today's focus question is your next great expansion on spiritual context, of course. So first we'll be exploring what is the current situation that you're experiencing. We're going to use these spherical cards first, so let us begin. The first card is the Daughter of the Phoenix. So by first impression, energetically, what I'm getting is like this kind of energy that is surging from above, coming down towards your body. And it feels like expansion within your vessel, and then it's expanding out to your other energy bodies. So it's almost like you're going through a spiritual detox. The detox we're talking about is not only just on an energetic level. We're talking all levels, all energy levels, your spiritual, mental, emotional, and your physical level. And it's very uncomfortable for some people. But do know that this is part of the process that you kind of need to go through. And just know that if you're not suitable for it, it wouldn't be happening to you. Obviously, you have the capacity for this evolution. That is why it is happening. So in this kind of situation also, you may be feeling a lot of like heat. It's sort of like solar heat. And that's part of the purification, the burning away of the old energies that is very dense, the old belief system, everything that is like keeping you from your evolution, that is kind of pulling you back. Now you're going through that process of transformation, of like shedding away the old skin, the old energies, the old way of being, the old way of doing things as well. And it requires you to be very patient. So as you see here, this lady here, she's sitting on this chair. She is very much like going inwards, like an inner like resting stage, but with awareness. She is focused on inner balancing her energy, inner harmony, not wasting a lot of like energy like elsewhere, kind of a situation. And through this process, almost like kind of like incubation, but with awareness, and you still focus on doing on the needed necessary things that you need to do for your everyday life as you're going through this transformation process. Yeah, it's very quiet. You just kind of have to sit through it. It's like, you know how the natural process of like a deer growing their horns, and it feels very uncomfortable on their head, it just slowly sprouts out. That kind of situation is happening. Now do know that this is also happening because you are shifting to a higher level. So that would also mean that your capacity, your energetic capacity is also expanding. And with that, because it's going like this, you know, like expansion, and then you're shedding, expansion, you're shedding, expanding, and you're shedding. So you also very much need to do a lot of energy maintenance and energy hygiene, a lot of self-healing, so you can allow the expansion to continue further, and it will also help you feel more comfortable, right? So that's something worth celebrating. Phoenix, right? The rise of a new era. Let's see the next one. Ooh, the threshold. Well, so after you go through the process of transformation, it doesn't stop there. Okay, this is how it's. I'm seeing how it works. You're burning like away all the old things, right? And as you are going through this process, you're also going about your life and things. And at the same time, two things are going to come up. One is you begin to remember, okay, your truth. You begin to remember who you truly are. Like the awareness is like becoming more awakened, stronger and stronger. But at the same time, you're being tested because the old skin that you're shedding is also trying to kind of like pull you back into the old energy. Please do not see them as your enemy. It's just the way how ego functions. And when it does happen, please see it like from a compassionate perspective, that it's just functioning the way it is. What you do need to focus on is the celebration energy, you know, of you feeding more love, giving more energy, attention, and focus to your awakening, to you remembering who you are. Because when you focus more on that, this part that's kind of pulling you back will slowly kind of lose its potency. Yeah, because you're shifting your attention on your awareness shifts to the better version of you, your awareness, right? So wherever thought goes, energy flows, so it flows there. So focus on the celebration of you remembering, and every day celebrate a little bit by little bit. When I say celebration, it does not mean um party and all that stuff. Like when we say celebrate, it's like this inner kind of like acknowledgement and like compassion and love for the self, for you, that you are making this progress. And each day, I'm not saying this is an easy, okay? This is definitely not like very smooth and comfortable for sure. It's gonna take time, but please do always practice self-gratitude and be grateful for everything that's happening, because you well, you are blessed, okay? You are very blessed to be able to have this opportunity to shift. You are blessed to have this opportunity for expansion. And we do not want to focus on just the pain. We want to focus more on that there is progress. Progress is happening. You are shifting, and celebrate, acknowledge all the good things that's happening, all the positive things that's happening, even if it's uncomfortable. The uncomfortable situation are just materials, information for you that you can use in the future, if you are assisting other people on their healing journey and so forth. Okay. Okay. The third card says the gates of heaven. So what we just described just now is you in the middle of the expansion path, right? Like you're awakening, and then sometimes like being pulled back, this kind of the threshold, the in between space, right? Once you get to the end of the threshold, you hit the gates of heaven. This is like metaphorically, okay? And what this really means is the division between the old world versus the new world. We're not saying, okay, we're not saying that after you cross the gates of heaven, it's completely unicorns and rainbows. That's not how it works, okay? It just means that you have the ability and you have the capacity to be at a higher level of frequency and dimension, which means you'll be more sensitive. You may feel things more. You may have more battery. Your gifts, your spiritual gifts may expand more. And this is a good opportunity for you to, well, practice more on your expanding your gifts, expanding your talent in that way. And if you're completely new to this, you can consider like taking up energy healing related classes or sort. But I really truly feel that um, this reading is most likely going to land on a person who's already practicing energy work for a while, a really long time. And this is sort of like your next level expansion. What I'm getting is you're someone who's already very experienced in your work, and now you have the opportunity to rise to the next level. So next level, as we all know, when we're on this path, is never going to be any easier. It's going to be more challenging, and that requires a lot of clarity, a lot of higher awareness, and a lot of discernment and determination. Okay, so when you are at here, in at the beginning of the gates of heaven, this area here is where things can get kind of more challenging because, well, there is always going to be like this kind of opposing force who does not want more representatives to cross over to this side and to do more um, aligned work, is what I could say, right? So there will be tests ahead, but do know that you are able to go on this path because there is a potential for you, okay? You will not be presented this path if you do not have the capacity, okay? So do your best in this whole process. Okay, pile number two. Yeah, so now let's move on to see what is the current situation behind the veil for you. Okay, peace. Well, definitely this is like the death card. Archangel Azrael is the archangel that helps people with transition or with death related. You are definitely going through a big transformation process. The death process, metaphorically speaking, is about you shedding away all that dense information, dense habits, dense energy, everything that is not serving you for your next level expansion. Okay, so here it says, okay, release the past. There is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God, or let source. Okay, so word of advice for this, what I'm getting, okay, is that yeah, you really need to let go everything you're very attached to in terms of your desires, your wants, your needs, or you have certain expectation about things. um, do not hold on to them too much, because the energy right now is not supporting it. Okay, right now is the less is more at this point for you. Less is more. Okay, self-care is the only more you can do. Okay, so a lot of self-love, and be kind, be very self-compassionate with yourself. Right now the energy for you behind the veil is like your spirit team, everything around you, all the energies is supporting you in your transformation process. Okay, let's see the next card. It says the Queen of Raphael. This is also a period of time where a lot of heart focused energy is coming in to support you. Okay, um yeah, okay, I can see what's happening. Because you're going through the transformation process of shedding the old, it can get really uncomfortable, and people may feel a lot of scare, a lot of fear, and all that. And so what happens is that you close your heart. You close everything that you feel that you deserve, and blah, 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 you know that stories, right? So here is that if you open your heart, okay, and allow yourself to love. We're not talking about the love that where you show people, blah, blah, blah. No, it's the inner love, the inner self-compassion. Like you open your heart and just trust that this is just part of the process and you are protected. Okay. This heart focused energy will come in and support you. Okay. And also allow yourself to be surrounded by people who understand or like can support you during your transformation. It could be your spiritual peers, your family, or someone who is grounded enough with like very heart-centered energy who can support you in this process, because like sometimes it could be very uncomfortable, right? So yeah, stick around with somebody who can help you in that aspect. You could also be in the process. Oh, okay. This is also showing that you have the energy that is supporting you to tap into your psychic gifts, your heart-based, emotional focus, like kind of gifts. I think it's more like the level of empathy that you have. If you're learning to refine that, now the energy is also supporting that. If you are someone who does heart focused work, yeah, okay. Um, trustworthy second. If you are looking for somebody to help you like have a clearer path of what's going on, you can also look for people who does psychic readings to help you like have a map, like a direction of where this is going during your transformation as well, because sometimes it can get confusing. Right. Okay, now let's see. Next, in terms of your the energy behind the veil. Oh, okay. The energy behind the veil. Okay. What I'm getting here is two things, okay? Because you're going through this whole transformation process, you may have the tendency to suffer in silence alone. Okay, come on, I'm guilty of that sometimes too, okay? But reminder of this card is saying that help is definitely around, and there are people who are capable and are in the space to support you. So you need to allow yourself to ask for help. This is one of the things that a lot of practitioners and healers struggle, okay, is to ask for help. So this is part of one of the process of your next level of growth is learning to know where your level of battery are, where you are stuck, and to reach out for help, because everyone has a limit on certain things, right? And if you do not ask for help, it means you are not giving permission for the universe to open up channels and to send you resources, okay? So keep that in mind. Oh, okay. And then be very careful about your thoughts as well. If it goes kind of like down the negative road, you kind of like need to kind of slap yourself a little bit, and charge up your energy more. Most of the time, okay, five of Ariel is like coin, and coin is very like tangible, very like material focused. So that also could relate to your health. Your health may not feel very well right now, especially when you're going through this very like, I would like to say intense level of transformation. So if you need to see a doctor, go see a doctor. If you need energy healing, go seek somebody who can help you with that as well. Okay. You need all the help you can get. Be discerning about who you ask for help. Okay. Pick the right practitioner or healer or spiritual therapist who can assist you, someone with a higher level of energy to support you. Do not pick somebody with like that is like, not of the same level, because they'll just drain you more. Okay. So yeah, be mindful of that. And also, if your physical energy is not very well, as in like your health is kind of deteriorating, also know that it's going to affect your material resources as well. So this is a time, okay, they're focusing this just to let you know that you are going to be on a slowdown period. Okay, they're not asking you to do more and more and more and more physical things. It's time for you to kind of slow down. Okay, because you're going through deep transformation. So you may not have as much physical energy to carry out like physical labor or like do your work. So yeah, you kind of plan your expenses a little bit, and yeah, that's what I could say. Plan your expenses and be careful of your health. Be more mindful of your health. Yeah. Let's see next. Wow. Okay. Definitely. This is an energy that is coming in that you are definitely going through this transition. You're going to come out at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Let's see. During this process, okay, is that you may be feeling a lot of mental disclarity, okay, a lot of like mental thoughts coming in, and then you may be kind of suffering with your mental energy for a while. A lot of, yeah, it has been mentioned here in this card, right? A lot of like limiting thinking, a lot of self-doubts are coming in, and you question a lot about yourself. It's just part of the process. Focus on the things about your light, about your soul that you know that is true. Do not listen to the lies. Do not give energy to the lies, okay? It is happening. You just have to let it run and just sit through the process. Focus on your own healing, energy or physical, whatever it is. Take good care of yourself, okay? Do know that you're coming at the end of the tunnel. This process of detoxing, of shedding away, there's no way to avoid it, okay? It's just part of the process. You will be able to come out of that dark tunnel with a huge like breath of relief, okay? And after that process is done, you just like focus on making new plans about where you want to shift towards, like your next, how do you say, your next level expansion. So it could be many things for many people. It could mean that you've decided to go further your studies in some sort, or that you decided to open a business, you decided to expand your business, you decided to change your style of healing or your way of service, whatever it is that you know that it's your next level era and the old one doesn't like suit you anymore. You start planning for that, okay, and move towards it. That is actually very much related to the gates of heaven. Like, oh yeah, it is an echo of this. Because remember how I said that before the gates of heaven, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be challenges that kind of rises to like the final test. And yeah, this is the mental kind of test that's coming up. So once you cross this gate, the blue skies are coming, okay? And that's when you can move to your next level expansion. Okay, now let us take a look at what you can do for yourself during this period of massive transformation, okay? First is grounding. Yep, definitely grounding so you don't think too hard and too much, okay? Spend some time in nature. Really focus on your own energy stability, okay? And this period of time, you may be like emotionally or mentally like going haywire. So do your best to stay grounded and see things from objective perspective. Um, means not emotionally charged observation and not mentally overloaded at analyzing observations, okay? See it as it is. Next is emotion. We just talked about it just now. Emotional stability, emotional balance. Okay. A lot of healing in your heart chakra for sure. Oh wow, it's actually echoing here. See. All right. Do a lot of healing for your heart chakra. Be very kind. Focus on harmony energy. Focus on peace energy. If you find yourself, if you feel a sense of resistance, okay, at your heart chakra or any other chakra, okay, that is feeling like it's pushing, is resisting, don't try to like force it even harder, okay? Be even more soft, even more fluid, okay? At this point, I'm gonna say if you use crystals, please, please, please use a lot of rose quartz for this, okay? Use a lot of rose quartz. Hold it in your hands, put it underneath your pillow, go to sleep. And remember to cleanse it before and after use, okay? That is if you're going through emotional like resistance. If you're experiencing mental resistance, you could either, no, definitely use the amethyst crystal, this one, okay? Amethyst crystal, put on your forehead, and or use the lapis lazuli, like this one, the blue one, okay? Put it on your forehead and just focus on your breath and just allow the crystals to help you. Yeah, okay, now let's see the next card. Honesty. Yep. During detoxification and during transition, we always have to be very, very honest with ourselves. And what this means, okay, it has a lot to do with this card as well, okay? Learn to ask for help, okay? And if you're not feeling well, be honest about that. Be kind with how you speak to yourself and share whatever you're going through with people who understand. So maybe you can get a different perspective, okay? But the key point is do not suffer in silence. If there's really nobody that you can really talk to, okay, and you could either journal it, write it down, or express it in some shape or form, okay? But this is a process that you need to express it out, that what you're going through in some shape or form, or else you will not feel very comfortable during this transition, okay? Next card, it says presence. Wow, crown chakra. This is throat chakra. Yep, okay. Here we have just mentioned in this card, right, that as you are transitioning, okay, the old is going to come up and challenge you, but really focus your awareness on the things that you remember that is truth, that is real, that is really of your soul, the light, okay? And that also has to do with, in this card it says, awareness. You focus your attention on the things that are truth. Your awareness needs attention, like focus on that only, okay? And when you do that, okay, you're being present with yourself, your reality will slowly start to shift. And remember to always connect your crown chakra to your source. Everybody has different source, okay? Whatever or whoever it is that you trust and believe in, ask for that source energy to support you. And the energy will come. Your transition will have help support it for sure, okay? Now, last card says responsibility. This has to do with your solar plexus for sure, okay? So in this case, as we're going through this transition, do you know that no one's going to come save you, okay? The only one who can save you is yourself. Your own self-responsibility is number one priority at this stage. If you abandon your self-responsibility and cater to somebody else, okay, then you're kind of backtracking here, okay? This transition requires you to have a lot of self-discipline, okay, for you to like maintain your own energy, to take very good care of yourself. This is almost like you have to learn self-love before you can go to the next level of service. Okay, pile number 2. So this is like the path of self-empowerment. You are like this little plant. It needs a lot of care during this process of transition for you. So please be responsible for your health, for your emotional and mental well-being, and your energetic spiritual energy well-being as well, okay? Do whatever it is that you need to do, but also take very good care of yourself, okay? Understand now? Pile number 2. So if this reading resonated, Subscribe, like, and share your experience below. This is a group reading, a reflection of the collective energy. If you want clarity on your personal situation solely focused on you, your energy, and your path forward without noise, you can book a private psychic, intuitive, and channeled guidance session with me at worldwideweb.illuminationlady.com. If you're ready for deeper restoration and energetic realignment, you can also book a Maitreya Ascension Energies healing session at worldwideweb.illuminationlady.com. Pile number 2, I wish you the best of luck and I wish you smooth, effortless transition in the most peaceful, self-loving manner way possible. Blessings. Hi, welcome, pile number 3, to your reading. Today we'll be focusing on the reading regarding your next great expansion. Now, with these 3 cards, we're first going to be exploring what is the current situation you are experiencing regarding your expansion, okay? So let's take a look now. The first card says, Immortal Treasures. This is a card that indicates that you're born a natural healer, someone with like the soul has this natural radiance. It's this kind of light that you have within you that naturally radiates and just bring healing to people who are just in your presence. And you have awakened to that gift. It's called immortal treasure because it's something that is with you since the beginning of your existence until this moment. We're talking about many different lives that you have this kind of gift within you, and you still have it now. So now that you're awakened to it, well, definitely you might be someone who's already doing this line of work in terms of energy healing or a counselor or some sort of energy related services or something to do with wellness, bring betterment to people's lives in some shape or form. Yeah. But what I'm also getting is that because you are naturally like radiating out this light, right? The people who are drawn to you are people who may be experiencing some heaviness, dense energy, and when they keep coming to you, you may feel kind of tired. So it's very important that you also cherish your emotional treasure by doing a lot of self-care and a lot of, well, self-care. Well, it's the only way I could say it, right? Tender love and care for yourself. Be very mindful of be very aware of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual energy bodies. Like, are they in a state where you are in a full cup state, that you have excess time and healing energy to support others? Because you cannot be running on negatives and serving others. It's not good for you in the long term, okay? Pile number 3. Let's see. Okay, the next one. Enter the Jade Temple. Ooh. Number 11 here, what I'm seeing is very powerful number. Has to do with like new beginnings. It's almost like ascension energy number, what I'm seeing here. Here, oh, this lady here, she's like in a position that is kind of like in defense mode, but also like kind of warrior position as well. But I'm getting the feeling that she is pretty much like putting protection around her, and like really keeping focus and focus and a lot of clarity in emitting her energy of light outwards. You may be going through a process where your external world may be very noisy, or it is in a way like giving you situations where you're facing conflicts, or that you're also facing this kind of situation, internal conflict within you. And whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's within or outside of you, know that this is a period where you can be focused on shifting your perspective. It is not about you going into a rigid mode of just, how to say, trying to prove that who is right, who is wrong, or trying to Hmm. Yeah, still the word prove comes into place. Um, Proving that you are right or wrong, or proving that you are the correct way, or something along that line, or like showing your value in some shape or form that needs like form of validation. It is not the time of that. Actually, what it is suggesting, okay, is that you um like be okay with that everything around you is being noisy or whatever, and you still focus on your inner peace. Because see here, while she is still standing in kind of like a warrior mode, she is still choosing peace. She's still like holding the lotus in her hand and still like focus on her inner balance, her inner harmony. So it's almost as if she is focused on shifting her perception that is beyond the everyday mundane life kind of thing. It's hmm, the word transcendence comes into mind, but you're not really exactly like transcending anything. But it has to do with perception where, like, yeah, everything around you can continue to be noisy and it's okay because you are choosing to see things from a different perspective, or you actually are seeing things from a very different perspective that people cannot relate to. However, because of that perspective, you are very like detached. You're very okay with, yeah, yeah, like, whatever that is a problem for the others is really not an issue for you. And everything around you cannot like stir up your hair. Like nothing can sway you from your own inner peace and harmony. And that is where you're training at right now. Oh yeah, okay, so it makes sense now. So because previously we have just mentioned, right, that you are naturally radiating light and people come towards you for healing, for advice or whatsoever. And so when these people come to you, because of your change of perception about whatever they're facing, it does not drain you, it does not bother you, but it does not mean that you put yourself in that situation all the time. It's like you still can choose the better path of situation. However, if you're in a situation where like you kind of like have to be there, you're still okay with it. It does not bother you, does not affect you. You still have you're still centered in you. Yeah, you're still centered in you. You're still like regulating yourself very well. You're still very like your energy is still flowing smoothly. You're still connected and grounded, and nothing disturbs your peace. That's what you're going through, or you're shifting towards that. You're kind of like acclimatizing towards that. Oh wow. Okay, pile number three. It feels like, you see, this is like where this is still in warrior mode, right? Here is like, I'm not even trying. Not even trying, just relax. It's like, yeah, everything around can go black, I'm still fine. Everything can go dark, I'm still fine, because the inner light is so bright within you. Outside, whatever happens doesn't even shake you in some shape or form. Not at all. It's like, hmm, it's very relaxed, but at the same time very alert and aware. It's like she is fine sitting in the dark. So, whatever it is that you're currently experiencing on your journey that has to do with you facing your own darkness or a situation. When I say face your own darkness, right? It could be an inner experience that you're going through, or it could be literally something that's happening in your external world that represents, that is projecting out that darkness. You still be focused on what is the truth, what is the light within you, and you're being okay with it. It's like you're shifting the perspective, like that it's okay. Like, for example, uh you might be someone who doesn't like the dark at all. Okay, like if the lights go out, you just cannot stand it. It could be like that, right? So you may be in that situation where you learn to sit through it, but not in the situation where you're kind of like waiting for it to go and holding your breath. Is no, it's like that's just like you're learning to pace yourself. You're learning to like breathe and just relax and just be okay with the fact of that it's dark around you, but then you are not phased by it, you're not afraid about it. It's just as is. It's a very natural state. And then you kind of zone into the silence or the stillness within you, and the world can continue to be dark outside and it's fine with you because the light within you is clear and it's bright, and that's what matters. That kind of situation, right? Well, that's more like the inner world kind of situation. So another example could be like, you may have experienced something that you do not really like. uh let's just say, for example, you may be someone who don't like noise. You prefer quiet and peace, or you're an introvert, right? And then you don't really prefer to be in places where it's really noisy all the time, right? Because it makes you feel uncomfortable whatsoever. So this could be something you could look into, like, okay, what if like you are in a situation where everything's very noisy, you're not kind of holding your breath, but you're learning to be okay and accept that, oh, it is a noisy place, but then it does not shake you, it does not shake your foundation, it does not throw you out of balance. It's just like, oh, okay, you can continue to be noisy, but it doesn't affect me, like that kind of a thing. Or if you're in a meditation, like you have so many thoughts keep coming up, okay, those old mental thoughts is coming up and they're kind of like metaphorically chewing you alive. Okay, so it could be the state like, okay, I can continue to chew, it's okay, I don't care, because you have the awareness and you're seeing exactly what is happening. They can continue to do whatever the hell they want to do, but it doesn't affect you. That kind of situation, okay? That is like, um, that may be the situation that you are currently experiencing during your current great expansion. Okay, now let us see what is the situation behind the veil for you when you're going through this expansion. Okay, number one, Six of Raphael, Six of Cups. So what I'm getting here, two things. One, that this could be an energy right now that is supporting you to be more playful, for you to be more in touch with your inner child. Yeah, to be more playful. It could be that this situation here is kind of getting really stressful, and the only way to build your light is through fun. Through approaching things with light, with gentleness, with like playfulness, so things will light up, because this is very heavy work, right? So you take breaks and take time to how to say, refuel yourself, uh, rejuvenate yourself, by bling the pay for you, yeah, something along that line. Being places with water will also help you relax more and cleanse more energetically, so look into that, because my eyes are going to hear this, I don't know what you call it, but for me that's like the medicine sign, right? Okay, they're holding a yellow flower, so that has to do with self-confidence, your solar plexus. Oh, okay. So by you being more playful also helps you improve your self-confidence and your inner light. Let's see, new friends or rekindle relationships, children or childhood. Hmm. What I am getting here, it's more, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's more about you getting more in touch with your inner child energy, or it could be opportunities coming in where like your old like childhood friends coming in, or friends that remind you of childhood, brings in the fun frequency of like the times when everything was fun and relaxed and playful, no judgment, it can all be silly. That kind of opportunity or people connection are coming in to help support you during this transition. Okay. Oh ho ho. Okay, what I am getting here is that this is also a period where you have to learn how to be very stable, self-sufficient, okay, and efficient with your energy, because you're going through this phase of a lot of inner work as well. So it's not only just inner work, right? Because this could go both ways. You're experiencing it within, and your external world is also mirroring that. So it's like work through both kind of a situation, because pile number three, well, you are a healer, so you feel more, or you may have more lessons or challenges that's coming up to help you elevate your consciousness. So this is one of the things you have to learn how to balance more, to master yourself, right? In terms of your own self-protection, your own masculine energy, and like being wise and being efficient in your energy, yeah, and your path forward in your cultivation. Mm, yeah, okay. Next is Three of Gabriel. Okay, so the energy right now is also very supportive of you in terms of your expansion. Could be in terms of creativity, your passion projects. Something is definitely coming towards you, an opportunity. Um, yeah, prosperity arising. Wow. Okay. This next step, it has to do with planning. Take time for the next step. Optimistic plans turn out as expected. Wow. Okay. Pile number three. What I'm getting here is you either will be traveling somewhere or you are moving somewhere, and it's something that you really wanted to do and that opportunity is coming for you, like you're setting sail for somewhere. It could be in terms of a project, relocation, or it could even be that you are embarking on a new business direction or career direction focus, or even um spiritual path. You may be going on a mission to another country, or you are expanding your services, or you're continuing your what's that called, your spiritual cultivation classes or growth or whatsoever. Anything that's about like, you know, you like sparking that passion, that spiritual spark, and you just go for forward. But just keep in mind that you really need to focus on like planning. You have to plan wisely, okay? And that is pretty much like emphasizing the energy of the emperor, which is all about resources, being resourceful, planning, and very wise and strategic about like everything that's tangible. Okay. So, oh, here it says ambitious plans, taking charge of the situation. So, if a situation comes, take charge, okay, and move forward. Now, here behind the veil, the last card here, it says Empress. Empress. Oh, okay. Hmm. So, this is also a period of time where the energy of being a very nurturing mother is also coming to support you. The energy right now is also very fertile for you to make things grow abundantly. Okay. So, whatever plans you have, you take action, but also take care of yourself as you are embarking on this journey of your next expansion. Okay. It does say that time to act upon your plans. We just talked about plans here. And creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources are coming. So, wow, you got two very abundant. This is like abundance coming. This is basically like learn how to use your resources wisely, right? Your dreams are coming. Your dreams of expansion is coming towards you. The energy is coming, and it requires you, okay, to be learn how to be playful about it. Okay, we're not saying like playful as in irresponsible, but treat work as play, as in that it is something enjoyable. It is something that is very fulfilling and rewarding, instead of seeing that it's all like hard work and pain and sweat, that kind of like thing. Okay, this is gonna get you far. Okay, and well, you know what I'm also seeing here in the big picture is this kind of energy right now, this situation right now is about you learning to embody all these energy within you, right? The child like playful you awaken and work together, okay, to bring you to your next expansion. The emperor energy, a protective, an action oriented, strategic, resourceful energy like the king, right? Activated and working together with the team to bring you to your next expansion. The empress, the loving, the feminine, the charismatic, fertile, nurturing energy and feminine energy, okay? It's all about flow and creativity, also activated. All of these like aspects within you are being activated in terms of the energy, right? So you can go to your next great expansion. And all of that is just basically solidifying that prosperity is coming. Okay. So you also focus on, while you're focusing on these like turbulent inner work that you're going through now, okay? Know that in your physical world, things are coming, opportunities are coming, and that is because you are going through this process, right? Of one, acknowledging, accepting that you are a healer, you are someone with these gifts, okay? And you have to go through your process of expansion by experiencing whatever inner, well, this harmony, and bring it into harmony, whatever that is you consider the dark. Excuse me, that's my cat's tail. Move, ew. Excuse me about that. Yeah, as I was saying, you experiencing whatever you needed to experience in terms of your own challenges, so that they are um, useful materials, okay, that you can refer to, and also useful catalysts for you to gain more wisdom and embody higher level of frequency, and for you to go through these challenges so that you have no sense of well, illusion of fear, illusion of separation that is going on. Also do note, okay, that if you need help, definitely like look for people who can support you in this process, because sometimes it can be tiring, and it's okay to ask for help. Okay, so now let us move on to what can you do for yourself now during your next expansion. Okay, first card says intuition. Oh, very bright here. Intuition. Definitely tune into your intuition. Every little single action of intuition counts, okay? Because you are, well, doing all this inner work, and you also have to balance what's happening outside in the physical world as well. So your intuition will come in very handy in terms of your compass of where like to head towards to. And also, yeah, your spirit team's going to be working with you for sure, because you are embarking on the next expansion phase, right? So they have a lot of information they want to like guide you. So tune into your intuition, basic little things every day, and the what's that word? The connection between you and your spirit team will become stronger and more solid. Okay, so trust, have awareness, and follow the inner guidance. Next is possessions. So because you may be going through some kind of transition, right? Like we mentioned, an expansion of business, relocation, um, you may be moving somewhere, whatever it is, okay? You see all these bags that's being packed? Yeah, those are possessions, okay, that you have, okay? You probably are just bringing things that's needed, necessary, and required. So this card here is reminding you, okay, time to do spring cleaning, okay? What are the things that truly matter for you that you should bring? What are things that are unnecessary? You can let them go, okay? We're not saying that completely do not have any possessions at all. Possessions are also important. They are materials that can well, represent our expression of ourselves, but it's also tools that we can use to get us from point A to point B. For example, money, right? In this physical realm, we use money for many things, but we also have other things that like we probably don't need. Like if you have too many books, is it really necessary to bring them all? That kind of a thing, right? So some things that are just heavy, unnecessary, let them go, so that when you do your transition, it's a lot smoother, a lot easier. Okay. And also, what I'm seeing here is finance and treasures. It'll be good if you can kind of recheck your accounting books in terms of your cash flow, your spendings, and your income. Are they balanced? Which one is like too much? Too much spending? How are you going to balance it out? Too much too much income, like spend more. Too much income would be like you work too hard, you use some of that money to like take care of yourself more, have more leisure time. If you have too much spending and not enough income, or are you being self-responsible in generating certain income level that sustains you for whatever you needed to do, that's needed, necessary, and required? Are you making full potential of your gifts?
Are you utilizing your gifts in a way that also is being honored back to you monetarily for your own self sustenance, right? In terms of assets. So these are things for you to look into so that it can help balance your root chakra more. And that aspect, it would mean that you'll feel more stabilized and more in control. I'm not saying that control is the bad, it's not a good thing. Everything with balance. Okay, you need to have a clear sight of all of your chakras and everything that's related to them so that you can move forward with balance because you're going through this major transition. Okay. Now, next is the solar plexus card. Wow, very powerful here. Wow. This reminds me of this card's little yellow flower right there. Okay. Solar plexus chakra is all about willpower. Okay. All about confidence. So, what you can do for yourself right now during this transition is to really, really have self confidence, willpower to move forward. That's one thing. And also, please take care of your gut. Your gut, your digestive system, these are important things to look into because the transition that you may face, uh, let's say, in the physical world could be like, because you're, with this happening, there's going to be a lot of changes and a lot of you putting yourself out there for sure. So you have to be like taking care of yourself in terms of your self-confidence. Are you overcompensating yourself? Right? Or are you hiding? That everything has to do with confidence with the solar plexus chakra. Okay. And when I say gut, it means are you getting enough rest? That your digestive system, your gut is working properly because you're very stressed. If you're very stressed when you're going through all this and all these changes, then the health could be impacted. So please be aware of that. Okay. And next card says self-esteem. We have just talked about the solar plexus chakra in regards to confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. Yeah, because you're going through this major expansion. Sometimes we may be like unsure. There could be moments where you feel like, are you sure I can do this? Like self-esteem, man. Uh, trust that you have everything within you uh, to embody this next expansion, or else it would not have come to you. Okay, power number 3. Understand that. Just be confident, love yourself, take care of yourself a lot, okay? And know that you are worth it. Every single thing that you go through, okay? That you're experiencing, that you're moving forward, you're being there for yourself, everything's worth it. Now, the last card is sexuality. This has to do with your sacral chakra. Now, when we talk about sexuality here, things that you can do for things that you can do for yourself. If you have a partner who you have sexual intimacy with, you can practice some communication and being open with that. Uh, but that's on the surface level. Now we're going to go into the inner, deeper level. We're talking about the power of creation within you. Are you honoring and are you sharing? Are you being open to sharing your beauty to the world? When we say beauty, okay, we're talking about this beauty. We're talking about this beauty. The light within you, the healing light within you, the wisdom, the frequency that you want to share to the world. Are you being open? Are you taking care of yourself and sharing that in the space that you can? Okay, that has to do with your power of creation. And this is also having to do with, okay, here, this. Sexuality is, the power of creation also includes the male energy and the female energy. It's about you balancing, okay? Balancing the feminine and masculine energy within you while you are creating all this new expansion that you're going through, okay? So whatever it is that will help you express your beauty, your gifts, and you opening up to sharing your power of creation, you can look into that. or practice more of that. It doesn't always have to be like healing work related. It could just simply be that, oh, you need time to paint, you need time to sing because that's your joy and that's how you find pleasure in, or like just things that related to kind of playfulness. That's also a type of creation. Childlike energy with creation is also very powerful. Okay, understand pile number 3. So I hope today's reading is helpful for you. If this reading resonated, subscribe, like, and share your experience below. This is a group collective reading. If you want clarity on your personal situation, solely focus on you, your energy, and your path forward without noise, you can book a private psychic, intuitive, and channel guidance session with me at www.illuminationlady.com. If you're ready for a deeper restoration and energetic realignment, you can also book a Maitreya Ascension Energies healing session with me at www.illuminationlady.com. Pile number 3, I wish you the best of luck in your expansion, in your new coming era. So blessings, blessings. Take care.